Correspondences, Brazil and Abroad is a group show where major Brazilian artists represented by Nara Roesler are seen in dialogue vis-à-vis works by international artists, not necessarily linked to Brazil, through their mutual resonance. Resonance that could be based on structural similitudes, thematic links, biographical relationships, historical rationale, or formal potentialities. The core key concept of the show implies taking to its full extent the possibilities of affinity over genealogy. Art history and art practice is based on affinities. Art history and curatorial practices can draw a lesson from some of the Amerindian cosmologies. For Amerindian cosmology, only what exists, reality, is only made by multiplicities. If we think of art history as a system of multiplicities that is linked through potential affinities within unities and within works of art, then we can build up a system for the observation and the enjoyment of art. And as such, the frontispiece, the emblematic entrance of the show, is a juxtaposition of a work by Jonathan de Andrade that he did with the Kayapo community in Brazil, vis-à-vis drawings by the Yanomami Venezuelan artist Cheronawe Hakiwe. These works are based on corporeal patterns, painting, that are translated into either cartographical elements or conventional bidimensional supports. Somehow art history, which is based necessarily on analogy, which is based necessarily on resemblance, has a fear of the very potentialities of analogy and tries to control analogy through conceptual, genealogical, chronological, and biographical hedges. What we are trying to do here is just free space and free possibilities in order to try the very potential resonance that works of art could have when put alongside other works of art that are not necessarily historically linked with them. A whole repertoire of possibilities appears. Some are structurally clear, some are historically founded, like for example Antonio Diaz and Yanis Kounelis, who were together at the inception of the Arte Povera movement. Others are just poetic correspondences, Brigida Baltar and Azuka Anastasia Ogawa, or Sergio's sister and John Surir, who has developed sort of afterlife of modern monochromes. Others are structurally arbitrary, like Daniel Buren and Fabio Miguez, or thematically linked, like Cristina Canale and Margot Berman, who had developed a whole repertoire of portraiture. Others are truly historical relationships, as for example with the case of Paolo Bruschi and Robert Filiu, two major figures within the constellation of the Fluxus movement. Correspondence is just this free curatorial game of potential capacities of art and of art as theoretical objects, meaning not objects that respond to theories, but objects that, to the degree that they are set in juxtaposition and seriality, produce ideas, produce certainties, and produce enjoyment.